If you're a Star Wars fan, you've got at least one favorite Star Wars moment, and probably a lot more than that. Since the original Star Wars was released in 1977, through good episodes and bad episodes, there always seemed to be something for even casual fans to enjoy. Here are my 15 favorite Star Wars moments. For 45 years, the greatest fanfare in the history of movies was this one, the 20th Century Fox theme. Just listen to it. Then, on May 25, 1977, it took second place. As a new science fiction film called Star Wars opened, the Fox theme played. Then came 9 seconds of silence. And then John Williams' brilliant, explosive opening chord changed movie music forever. Not since the heyday of David Lean had a Hollywood film been so thoroughly scored. In Star Wars, each character had their own theme. There were musical themes for war and themes for love. The story of Star Wars would engage audiences, but it was John Williams' music that captured them. Now, no sooner did that rousing theme echo away than we met the man in the black mask, Darth Vader. We didn't know anything about him, but his ominous appearance, that raspy breathing, that booming voice, told us everything we needed to know.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Well, I guess it also helped to know this. Vader had some sort of mystical power. This little choking game he played was our first glimpse of the Force, and it was pretty scary.
How long have you had these droids?
About 3 or 4 seasons.
The presence of Sir Alec Guinness added prestige to the first Star Wars film, and we were barely a half hour into the series, and already we had a line that would become a permanent fixture in our language.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
Nice man.
Very nice.
The love triangle of Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo provided the emotional heart for the first 3 Star Wars movies, and I'm lumping the whole romance together as a favorite Star Wars moment. Of course, it all ended with the best possible scenario for bad boy Han.
He's my brother.
Early on in the series, nobody really tried to explain the Force. It was just there, and everyone sort of interpreted it for themselves. So when the disembodied voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi told Luke,
Use the Force, Luke.
that of course meant he should turn off his Atari-quality computer and go with his gut. Luke's bomb run through the canyons of the Death Star was recreated in various forms throughout the Star Wars series, across deserts, through forests, and inside massive spaceships. But none of them thrilled quite as much as the original, as Luke hit the bullseye and saved the rebellion from getting blown to smithereens. And yeah, I know there's no sound in space, but that explosion deserves something. Carrie Fisher apparently didn't want to wear that skimpy slave girl bikini at the start of Return of the Jedi, but it did lead to Princess Leia's ultimate Me Too moment, when she strangled her captor, Jabba the Hutt, with her chains. Luke Skywalker had a big lightsaber fight with Darth Vader in The Empire Strikes Back. We thought the most traumatic part would be when Luke's hand was cut off. But then came Darth Vader's chilling revelation.
I am your father.
If you happened to be in the theater audience back then, you and Luke were probably saying the same thing. The speeder bike chase in Return of the Jedi is really just the original Star Wars Death Star run with redwood trees, but it's memorable for offering a stark contrast to the film's usual dark expanses of space and sky, and from the desert wastelands that seemed to dominate the Star Wars landscape up till then. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Like most movie villains, the bad guys in Star Wars seem to spend an awful lot of time talking before they get down to fighting, but not Darth Maul, who makes one of the shortest yet most impressive appearances of any villain in the series. There's no, "I've been waiting for this moment," or "You've interfered with my plans for the last time." Nope, Maul doesn't even wait for his cool scooter to stop. The second his feet are on the ground, his lightsaber is swinging.
Master Yoda.
In the original Star Wars movies, Yoda was a pretty sedentary, slow-talking puppet. In the later films, which depict Yoda in relative youth, Yoda is a pretty darn sprightly guy. In Attack of the Clones, Christopher Lee apparently thinks he can kill Yoda by throwing garbage cans at him. In Revenge of the Sith, he does battle with the decrepit but surprisingly spry Darth Sidious, who seems to be enjoying this way too much.
What's wrong, Annie?
Attack of the Clones has been duly noted as the low point in Star Wars history in terms of clunky dialogue and wooden performances. And this scene, in which the young Anakin confesses his murderous tendencies to his girl Padme, is Exhibit A.
I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them.
But there's one sublime moment in the film, and it comes right here. As Anakin begins his descent to becoming Darth Vader, we hear strains of John Williams' Imperial March, the musical theme that first accompanied Vader's appearance in Star Wars a quarter century earlier.
I hate them!
Pretty sweet. It has some flaws, but Revenge of the Sith brilliantly brought full circle the character of Darth Vader. Nearly killed in a brutal battle with Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is fitted with that suit and the mask that will strike terror into that galaxy far, far away for many, many years to come. You didn't have to be a die-hard Star Wars fan to get chills at the sound of those first raspy breaths.
Chewie, we're home.
It was the moment Star Wars fans had waited more than 30 years to see. Han Solo and his buddy Chewbacca once more standing on the deck of their spaceship, the Millennial Falcon. Harrison Ford's return in The Force Awakens was more than a nostalgic visit with an old friend. It conferred a sense of continuity on a series that would soon proceed without him.
Hey! Some moof milker put a compressor on the ignition line.
Uncle plucked it. I thought it was a mistake too. Puts too much stress on the hyperdrive.
Fans are still arguing about whether or not Princess Leia's near death and miraculous return in The Last Jedi was a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, with some reworking, it would have provided a splendid send-off for Carrie Fisher, who died after filming was completed. Still, there's no escaping the haunting beauty of that scene. It was a classic old school versus new school showdown when Luke Skywalker faced down that punk Kylo Ren at the end of The Last Jedi. And when Luke taunted the kid by flicking an imaginary speck off his shoulder, longtime fans wanted to stand up and cheer. Of course, some of the luster fell away when we realized Luke wasn't actually there for the big fight, but Star Wars movies are all about moments, and that moment was one of the best. Well, that's my Star Wars Top 15 Moments list. I've left a lot out, of course. Let's hear what you've got. I'm Bill Newcott.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.